the Pacers to win that.
What is up, guys? We are live. We are live. Yo, what is up, Connor Burke? What is up, everybody? We are live not only on the MalcGoolie channel, but also the Spotlight Sports Network channel as well. Before we got on here, we were talking about the Pacers. I know the Pacers almost beating the Bulls, and we were also talking about will Indiana ever win a championship? I don't know. Well, in loving memory of Kobe Bryant. All right, guys, here we go. All-Star Game, 1998. God, look at that stadium.
Oh, I love this.
Madison Square Garden. To me, I think you made it. Like, you made it if you're in Madison Square Garden. What is up, Prince Sean? What is up? Episode 5. God, I think Jerry Krause, man, if I did not know this as a little kid, he would have been the most hated man in America.
Oh, by far.
God, he been the most hated man in Chicago. What is up, Butcher Blocks? Patriots Talk. What is up?
What up, guys? The Sports Network, such a great series. No, I agree. This has been by far the great series yet. Like, I'm 25 years old. I was born in 95. Okay, I was born when MJ was working to get back. And good thing I caught at least a couple of good years of that year.
Like, it was a beautiful thing. I know if there's an echo, it's probably from my end, or I know it's not from Jake's end. So, he said that little Laker boy's gonna take me one-on-one. Who, Kobe? Yeah.
Oh, there's Darian. Mute your mic, Ghoulie, to see if it's you. I think it may be. Yep. Yeah, it's Ghoulie.
I'm sorry, guys. This microphone sucks. I gotta get a new one. Hold on. Okay, is it can you guys hear me now? Is it still echoing and whatnot?
Oh, wait, you know what? I can do it this way. I know what you know.
It's perfect to watch it all over 10 hours. Perfect for a quarantine. Oh, yeah. What is up, Prince Sean? Damn, Jordan put on so much muscle. He had to. God, Jordan and Kobe.
Yeah, you want to talk about a matchup like that. That first matchup between MJ and Kobe was ridiculous.
Has it really been literally about to be 4 months since Kobe passed away?
Yeah.
God. Like, it's really sad. He just went to get the offensive end. I'm gonna make his ass work down there. He hauling ass. It is beautiful. When is episode 6? Right after this. We're on episode 5, boys.
Yeah, remember, we're still riding the back-to-back.
Right. It's so funny that I'm in like Chicago Bulls attire. Do you think I should do this once the NBA goes back to normal? You know, we're like the cameo Chicago Bulls hat, the hoodie.
I mean, I believe so. I mean, look, you know, you're repping your colors. This is like...
It's true if you really think... Like, it gives it more better. Like, I even got the shorts.
Oh, my God. Yeah, see, there you go.
God.
What's crazy is that Kobe was going to go to the Bulls in 2004.
Yeah, he was. He was
He
gonna go
was.
because he was, but the reason why he didn't, because and this is why it gets me upset with Keith. And we love you, Keith, but at the same time, it's the freaking truth. You guys, Shaq. When Shaq left, Kobe wanted to go, but you guys, gave him, you gave him Gasol. You traded for his younger brother. You traded for an older brother to get Pau Gasol. And then that got Lamar Odom in there, and that's what kept it, man. Play with the Lakers of my career, MalcGoolie. Like with 2K, I can't be the Lakers. It's either going to be the Bulls or Dallas for me. Next year is definitely Dallas, unless the Bulls somehow, some way, put a magic out of their ass and just get AD. Then that way I can just be a point guard, or I can't be point guard because we got Kobe White, so I might have to be small forward.
Right.
God, Jerry, you like the Mavericks? I love the colors of the Mavericks. I love the color scheme. I'm always a sucker for white and blue and black. I mean, now you can say, oh, what about the Orlando Magic? Oh, Magic's cool, but the Magic, let's be real, the Magic suck. Let's just be real. They don't suck now, but they just, as an organization, they would not at all. Imagine the team of D Rose, Kobe. I'm gonna say it right now, Carlos Boozer wouldn't be with the Bulls. He would not be with the Bulls.
No.
I would say the Bulls would get Dirk Nowitzki if Kobe was there, because Dirk was thinking about coming to Chicago. I'm a straight up Bulls fan. Jake doesn't really have a team, believe it or not. He really doesn't have a team.
No, but I'm just a player fan.
Players.
And they reminded you, can you kick it? Yes, I can.
Yes, I can. Tony Kukoc, man, was freaking.
Hey, I had some stuff to talk about Tony Kukoc, man, because God, I give man props. He went through a lot.
See, even Kukoc wanted to wear his shoes. Look at those shoes.
What are those?
Those are amazing, man. I still say the best shoes ever is those, and because I always wear those in 2K, and also I always make the Space Jams, whichever team I'm on. What's up, Carl Clements? I think this is my first time ever seeing you here on the channel, but if you guys are new to the channel, hit that like and hit the subscribe button. We are literally watching The Last Dance episode 5 and episode 6. I hate how the media was kind of bashing Jordan last week, not having Thomas not in the dream team. Isaiah Thomas, should have shook the man's hand.
Oh, I know.
Should have shook the man's hand.
But
so Swords Network, you're a Pelicans fan. I'm gonna say this: the Pelicans don't suck because I'm gonna say this from years and years. You guys have a young team, but you guys need a. But you guys, I don't even say head coach. What is up, Joshua Hutton? What's up? I think my mods and mostly are here. Please hit that like button, and I hope you guys watched my new that series, and I'm thinking about doing that with Dragon Gate. Converses.
oh God, talk about old school right there.
Converses, guys. I love Converses to this day. Enrique, if you want to join, you already know. I already put the thing in the link. And before anybody asks, everybody's going to ask, oh, can I join? This is a Spotlight Sports group network thing, so I can't have everybody join. But Enrique, you got the, check on the thing. It's on the link. Man, that's BS. Zeke should have been on the team.
No doubt. All right, let me try this.
What up, yo?
What up? What up?
What's up?
What up, MalcGoolie? What up, Jake?
What is up, Enrique? Enrique Rodriguez. Benny, the Jet, Roger. Are Converses like PGF Flyers? No. Two different shoe companies.
Yes,
Way
two
too
totally different shoe companies.
PGF Flyers are, oh my god, like, I remember my dad asked me, because he used to wear PGF Flyers when he was young, and he said, he all he said was this, he was like, so they don't make PGF Flyers anymore? I said, no, they still do. They're just rare. They're just rare, and I think PF Flyers need to make a comeback.
Yeah, right?
They need to make a comeback. If Converses can make a comeback, PGF Flyers can make a comeback.
I don't see it making a comeback.
I mean, you can look them online and whatnot, but they're on there, but they're just very, very rare. And you would think that PGF Flyers would be the staple for baseball. If you really want to be technical, I mean, PGF Flyers would be great for baseball.
Converses.
They're more baseball shoes than they are basketball shoes.
That right there is a fact.
Converses will always straight up be basketball, no matter what the case may be. You could say baseball. Matter of fact, I've even seen some wrestlers wear Converses. So, but Converses should make a comeback. I need PGF Flyers like the one from the Sandlot. Yes, from Benny the Jet. Oh yeah. Shoot, Benny the Jet has some legit real Converses. You got Nas.
I remember Kwame Brown got traded to the Lakers, to Washington, and then Stephen A. just roasted the man. Huh.
Oh God. Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, the Lakers organization knew what they were doing, trading away Kwame Brown for Pau Gasol.
And also remember Mark Gasol as well. They traded Mark too.
No one knew what Marc Gasol was back then.
Like, to be honest though, that's what really saved Kobe from leaving the Lakers entirely. Because they wanted some weapons, and they did what they had to do.
This is true.
Do the right thing. All right.
So how you liking The Last Dance so far?
I love it. Not gonna have a good day. That was good. I knew Paul Gasol. I didn't know who Mark Gasol. I'm just so grateful that both brothers finally got a ring.
Oh yeah.
Yo, Morty Blackman here with my main man, Michael Jordan. Yo, Mike, I think you're the best player in the universe. Is it this your Is it the shoes?
This is money. It's gotta be the shoes.
I see that.
Is it the shoes? It's gotta be the shoes.
Ain't nothing like a Jordan sneaker. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And the thing is, he didn't want to sign with Nike. That's the funny thing.
We are back.
The original Air Jordans.
That he wore the first time played in Madison Square Garden in 1984.
Yeah, we love you, Michael.
Yeah, to be honest, I can't afford Jordans. I will be the first person to admit that.
The Bulls were the franchise in the 90s.
Nike's commercials are hilarious. They need to add the one with Bugs Bunny was on there. That was funny too. He said, I'm having a good game. I don't want to take them off. God.
Jordan didn't sign with Nike, and look how it turned out for Jordan. Now everyone's buying Jordan shoes.
Knicks fans are literally angry right now. Spike Lee. Spike Lee needs to be the new owner for the Knicks.
No kidding.
God, that's a diehard fan.
God.
I mean, granted, you won't go any far. You won't go any far, but hey, I mean, it's better than
Yeah, but if you got a motivation for a winning culture, like, good Lord, make it happen.
the shoes.
The shoes.
Patrick Ewing.
Thanks a lot. Now I want to watch Space Jam right now.
6 weeks until the 1998 playoffs. Oh man. Okay, now we're back in 91 November for them to go back to back.
November 91.
Bulls defeat the Lakers in 91 to win their first championship. Only 3 franchises in NBA history had
Repeated my
won
squad.
back-to-back
Yes.
titles. Yeah. Sorry.
We were without Kareem. Am I right?
No, I mean. No.
Plus, Magic and Big James were not the same players.
Hey, well, at least we got Air Michael versus It's Magic. So I'll give it that. We didn't get Hakeem Olajuwon versus Mike, which is really odd.
It was Jordan's choice to leave basketball for baseball.
True, but also remember the gambling addiction too.
Yeah, the gambling had something to do with it too.
The gambling addiction and the him going to baseball for the White Sox of all freaking teams. Couldn't have been the Cubs.
And not only was he good offensively, he was just
That's probably because the owner of the Bulls was owns the White Sox, which is why Jordan went to the White Sox. It's probably that. If not, I don't know what.
That gotta be episode 7 and 8. It gotta be. Like, what is up, little C-Star Lord? Guys, hit that like button and also please subscribe.
Hit that like button.
Sports Talk Network. I got my network buddies here. And you know what? As a Bulls fan, man, you know, it's so funny. It's so funny. Enrique, you should have been on last week because when they talked about the Lakers, because you are like would be perfect. You got the Lakers jersey. You got the Lakers jersey on the Bulls.
Yeah, man.
Was this before Scotty went to the Trailblazers? Oh, this is way before that, man. You guys got to remember, Scotty came around, what was it, 80? Was it 86, 87?
I think it was 86 because remember that was the trade that the Sonics gave to the Bulls.
Yes.
Oh my God! Just imagine if that never happened. Sean Kemp and
Gary
Payton, Scottie Pippen. Good Lord.
Wow.
Then Seattle would still have their franchise.
That's so upsetting, man. Seattle, you know what's so sad though? The only real team in Seattle is the Seahawks. That's the only real team. The Mariners are terrible.
Well, the Mariners, I mean, my God, their franchise is – I don't know what direction they're going. I thought I knew what their direction was, but then eventually it was just like they're wasting the talent away.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, they were like the legacies of failure from there. Oh my God.
I did it. Nothing ever will compare to that 2001 Seattle team. That was the best.
We need to literally watch a urinating tree video and watch baseball's legacy of failures. Like, he tears them up a new one, and it's so hilarious to me. I still say the funniest legacy of failure has to be of all time that he's made. It got to be it's a tie between the Falcons and the Falcons and the Minnesota Vikings. The Seahawks are the only team in Seattle. I mean, the Mariners are terrible. Okay, here it is.
Oh,
The Bulls versus the
the
Trailblazers.
Blazers. Here we go.
We gotta like create like a tombstone, like a cemetery of all the people that Michael kind of not screwed over, but they couldn't get a ring. They couldn't get a ring. Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing,
John Stockton, Karl Malone.
John Stockton, Karl Malone. It's so hilarious that Kenny the Jet Smith is the only one that survived the Jordan era. The only one.
The only one.
The only one. And he only has 2 rings.
Both Kenny Smith and Hakeem.
They need to talk about the flu game too.
The Blazers.
Oh God, I feel like they're gonna leave that last, man. When they talk about the flu game, that was the most ridiculous game ever, and that was the shot.
MalcGoolie, where is David's spotlight? Says Prince Sean Campbell.
So the night before game
Where is Dave? I mean, Darion? Darion's in the chat with the Spotlight Sports Talk Raiders. EJ's probably at work. So, hey, you know what? I'm happy. For people who made it, I'm happy. For people that didn't make it, I'm happy. I don't get triggered.
So we get that first two.
I only get triggered when ignorance comes around. I'm looking at you, Keith.
I don't think Keith's in the chat.
No, he's not in the chat. He's not in the chat.
No, we're just preparing so when he does make his way to the chat.
God, when he does come, it's so
No,
hilarious.
if Keith shows up.
I would be like laughing. I'll be like, well, let's play a countdown. How many times I won't get ignorant?
The White Sox, let's trash with Jordan.
Yeah,
The White Sox were trash with Jordan. The White Sox were trash. Period. I'm sorry. People can argue this fact, but you know what? They'll always be second fiddle to the Cubs. Who's more lovable, the Cubs or the White Sox? The Cubs are.
yeah.
That is the franchise.
Well, I think more people are lovable with the Cubs with the fact of that drought.
180-year
Drought was
drought.
terrible. Yeah, the drought was terrible because it didn't take too long for the White Sox to win till 2005.
Think about
Right.
the Supersonics. Look up the players they had. It would have Gary Payton, Sean Kemp, and Scottie Pippen.
That's what we were just talking about too.
The following teams are kicking themselves. Like the Seattle is kicking themselves. Well, OKC.
Why don't they show the short game for the Father's Day Championship?
Yeah.
They also got to talk about when he lost his dad. They have to talk about that.
Oh, here it is right here. Oof. Bulls
Back
win
to
their
back.
second in a row.
The fat lady is singing. And then
Rest in
going
peace,
back to back to back. Rest in peace, Daniel Stern.
This is a great organization. This organization is special.
Rest in peace, Jerry Krause, even though you kind of killed the franchise. Like, you made the franchise and then you killed the franchise.
Yeah.
It's like a 50-50 street. How do I feel about Jerry Krause?
You gotta appreciate him. He gave the Bulls 6 rings.
Right, you gotta, and this is what Bulls fans need to realize now. This is what Bulls fans need to realize. Without Jerry Krause, none of this would have been possible.
Please do not roast the Falcons, bro. This is a NBA
Yeah,
streak.
Game with JT is a Falcons fan. We're not roasting the Falcons. It's just that if you were to watch Urinating Tree's video about the Falcons, you would just be like, I don't know, like the Falcons are like, it's just like bad luck. It's like either they fire like
It's
they hire great
not,
coaches.
it's not
or
the
they
team.
just-
They're not being coached right is what it is.
Oh yeah, Dan Quinn is still the head coach, and that's the problem. Dan Quinn needs to go.
Matt Ryan's talent's wasted by Dan Quinn.
Matt Ryan has at least like 4 or 5 good years left, and then he's done. MJ smokes. Yeah, dude, you didn't know MJ smokes? MJ smokes cigars, dude.
Yeah. MJ smokes
Charles
cigars.
Barkley, Patrick
That was
Ewing,
the style.
Mutombo. Oh, the Olympics. Yep, the Olympics.
Before the 92 Olympics. Hawthorne calls me and says, "Lou, love you." I said, "Oh, who don't?" He says, "Let me." I said, "We don't." You know, he says, "Well, the guy you talking about, or you thinking about, it's not going to be."
The Olympics.
No,
No Isaiah Thomas stuff.
Now, there has been this speculation that your IC relationship with Isaiah Thomas.
I'm slow. Was born when Kobe started playing.
Ah, okay.
So you're born in '96. All right.
Yeah, I remember Michael was getting some. I remember my dad telling me that Michael was getting some heat about not adding Isaiah Thomas to the Olympics.
Of course he was.
I mean, personally, for me,
I don't know what process. I met the criteria. He selected, but I went to the dream team and they told me, then the camaraderie that happened. It was the best part of it. With Isaiah made a different feeling. Yes.
There's my man, Magic Johnson.
Bird and Isaiah have got into it. Isaiah and Scotty's got into it.
Yep.
Oh, Bill Lambert, the dirtiest player in the game.
Because Isaiah Thomas, you know, he was kind of an a-hole. He was kind of an a-hole. Talented player, but he was just an a-hole.
It's not just Isaiah Thomas; it's the entire team.
Yeah, Bill Lambert. Yep, a-hole. Mega douche of a-hole.
Well, see, here's the one thing that you kind of have to look at with this, because I know what's interesting is everybody's just giving Isaiah Thomas a lot of heat. They're giving him so much heat. But the real question was it really him, or was it just the fact that he was living as one of the Detroit bad boys? Like,
That's the thing.
yeah. Because I've always said it. He was the most underrated point guard in the league that era.
Yes. Look at that dream team. Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and Michael.
I'm the young guy with the elder stakes. That's right. They all have to listen to me.
Wow.
The NBA was so physical back then.
It was very physical. Looking at it now, you're just like, it's not gonna
I
be
call
the
it
same.
drama ball, like in this era of basketball now.
We play hard.
Is it-
Help me!
Isaiah Thomas must have been pissed about not being on the dream team. Throw him some shade bad boys for life.
He wants to put his foot on your neck and just. I mean, you're not satisfied with me. You want to press me too, yeah?
They had a practice game in Monte Carlo. And Magic and Barkley's team got off to a big game.
That was the greatest match.
Yeah, man. The dream team.
Great shooting.
That's another subject we should talk about. Is the dream team really dead? Is the dream team dead?
There was real trash talk going on from
It's hard to say.
Michael.
What'd you say, Jake? You say is it dead?
No, I say it's hard to say.
Hard to say. What about you,
Yeah.
Enrique? You think the dream team is dead?
No.
I mean, in today's NBA, while we got a minute, what was the most,
8 points.
in this era, who was the most ego-driven player of all time?
Ego?
I know-
Oh, okay.
The most- the one with the biggest
Ego-driven
ego.
player. Oh, man.
The most ego-driven, like, just the ego, like, ego.
Court. It
The most ego-driven player in the NBA. I know a lot of people are going to say LeBron, but
Of all time,
Came through the middle and just shook it.
damn, there's a lot. Dwight Howard, maybe?
what you said, Dwight Howard?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, I'm gonna say the biggest ego in the NBA.
All up to the top arena and was screaming about just like the NBA gets every call, same thing over here.
Because if we're talking about egos, like, you only
You gotta say Russell Westbrook.
I have to say Russell Westbrook.
Westbrook,
That's one
Westbrook.
ego.
Westbrook's ego is so massive.
The problem of it is
toxic.
just he's so hard to play with.
Yeah, and it's so funny when people leave him. Look at Victor Oladipo. Look at his stock now. Look at Kevin Durant.
DeMontis Sabonis.
Yeah, Sabonis. Like it's
Paul George.
It's
Most importantly, Kevin Durant.
And Serge Ibaka.
yeah, Ibaka. That's so hilarious that Ibaka and Durant have won a championship, but not Russell Westbrook and not James Harden. That is funny to me.
The dream team isn't dead, but they could play one more. Not that would be a bad idea.
I'm like, could you imagine all them old right now? Like,
Yeah.
I love game's on the line. Who's gonna take the final shot? Me. What kind of question is that? Me. Michael Jordan is one of two. I bet. I swear the other answer is LeBron James. Yep, 2012. Like you can't. There's some things that you can't compare. You can't compare LeBron James and Michael. You can't compare the two. And I know. I saw this on
MJ played a
group
more
chat.
physical NBA. Today's NBA is so like imagine LeBron in the 90s right now in the most physical league.
oh, I don't even think honestly, I don't think LeBron would last in that 90s era.
Oh, he wouldn't.
I'm just being
Win a
honest.
championship?
If anybody feels like giving me smoke, I'm serious. They would not last in that 90s era.
Oh, he wouldn't last at all in the 90s era. But the one thing that gets me, and I saw this on our chat, and EJ, if you're watching this, I love you, brother, but I have to say this right now. You know damn well that LeBron, and we fought on this in high school too, that LeBron cannot make it. He can't even lace his Jordan sneakers, let alone even fill them. I mean, granted, he is the greatest player in this generation. Quotations, this generation. Michael was the greatest player
Remember
in the 90s generation.
Pistons back in the day. He was a part of the Bad Boys team. Bron already predicted a lot in this soft era of basketball. He for sure wouldn't last.
He wouldn't last.
Yeah, because everybody wants to talk about like he throws a lot of physicality. I'm like, I really, really doubt that. I've seen players throw a lot of physicality, and that is nothing compared to the ones in the 90s era.
That's a fact.
You gotta face like a lot of good teams, like the Bad Boy Detroit Pistons, MJ's Chicago Bulls.
Yep.
Hakeem Olajuwon. Man, I bet LeBron went last with Hakeem or Shaq.
Shaq.
Oh God. I'm gonna say this now. The best player in the 90s was Michael Jordan, hands down.
Oh, by far.
Who else would it be?
And number 2000, you know what? It's Kobe.
You got
It's definitely Kobe. Look, 2000s.
You gotta say
had
Kobe.
a lot of people. Like that's an era I did love too.
It was
Because
a great
Kobe,
era.
Paul Pierce. Oh God.
I hate Paul
No, who
Pierce.
else was great in that era? You know what?
Steve
I'm gonna
Francis.
say team. I'm not gonna say individually. I'm gonna say teams. Enrique, you're gonna get angry with this, but you gotta respect the Spurs. They took it to y'all. Spurs took it to y'all. They're the most respected team I believe in the NBA's history, they gotta be the most respected.
100% all white meat classic or spicy popcorn chicken combo.
But it's gonna really suck
Yeah.
when Pop.
Us Laker fans, we hated Pop back then, but now he's a
You gotta respect
respectable
Pop.
head coach.
Look at a young Tony Kukoc.
Oh my
How
god.
young he is.
You know what was a really interesting team in the 2000s? The Sacramento Kings.
Oh
Sacramento
yeah,
Kings, yes.
Yeah, that Chris Webber, Jason Williams,
Stojakovic,
oh Lord,
Chris
yeah,
Webber, Vlade
Mike
Divac.
Vlade Divac, yeah,
Mike Bibby.
Mike Bibby, good Lord, could you imagine Mike Bibby playing right now at his size?
Spurs, one of the greatest dynasties ever. That's true. Last comment is true. Yep.
Oh yeah,
He wouldn't, because back in the 90s, man, there's a lot of fights and drama and couldn't tie shoes. Oh, Lord. Jason Williams was the man. Yes.
the one
ego-driven player is Draymond Green. You can...
I don't think he's
Draymond has an
driven.
ego.
Like he may do some dumb shit, but he's not ego driven.
It's
Look,
not the kind of ego where it's all about me and not the team.
yeah, yeah.
Ego-driven is like they have a massive ego. Russell Westbrook, massive ego.
Like
And it's
his
starting to
head
say
is
that-
larger than he thinks it is.
Right. What's his name? Got a large has an ego too. Has a big ego. Freaking James Harden has an ego. I mean,
Yeah, James Harden does.
James Harden has an ego.
It's always nice seeing
People
Jake Carter lose in the playoffs.
People can say LeBron James can have an ego. I believe LeBron has an ego, but at the same time, at least LeBron, as much as I give him crap on this channel, at least LeBron literally puts his BS aside. He puts the bull aside.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, if it wasn't for Ray Allen, if it wasn't for Kyrie Irving, if it wasn't for D Wade, you know,
that's
it
true.
wouldn't be. What's up, Rio? KD has an ego.
I just think KD has emotional issues.
Kyrie has an ego.
Yeah.
Kyrie has
does
an
have an
ego.
ego.
Kyrie does have an ego.
That's what pisses me off about the fact that look, what is the best number 2 in the league?
For screwing Boston like that, that was ego.
That was a
Boston
blessing
like that.
That was a blessing as a Laker fan. See the Celtics lose with Kyrie.
Oh.
Even Michael had an ego. I'm gonna say that as a Bulls fan. Michael had an ego.
Michael had an ego, but
he
Michael
could
was
channel his
more.
ego.
Not at
Michael
all
was-
about me ego. That's what it is.
No, that's the thing. He was more championship driven type ego. Like he will say it like he means it. That's
Giannis,
the difference.
Giannis, no.
Giannis does not. Giannis does not.
Giannis
Chris
is
Paul
humble.
does not. Chris
Chris
Paul
Paul,
may
no.
shout
Chris
in your
Paul,
face,
no.
but Chris Paul's old school basketball.
No. Chris Paul has an ego, Rio. No.
Hand me the coat.
Allen Iverson had an ego.
Allen Iverson has an ego.
Allen
Darian
Iverson.
is going to freaking have a.
Where's Darian at? I want to see him.
I want to see Darian's reaction because let's be real. I believe
I'm gonna screenshot
AI
him.
had an ego. AI did have an ego.
AI had an ego, but would you say Carmelo has an ego?
For
Hell
sure.
yes, yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That's part of the reason why that he won't innovate his
Ray
game.
Allen had an ego.
No,
What?
Ray Allen did not.
No.
Ray Allen will
No.
talk shit, but he does not have an ego.
If you're gonna say anything about a Boston team that had an ego, Rondo had an ego. Paul Pierce had an ego. Kevin Garnett had an ego.
Yeah, but
for sure.
Carmelo
Paul,
had an ego.
Paul Pierce would have an ego, but he'll spur some truth about you thought you knew, like you knew about yourself.
Who had a better
This was
ego?
Here's the funny thing about Tony Kukoc. This was the game that made him a bull. Dennis Rodman was his own orbit. Remember, Dennis Rodman had his own planet.
God, Dennis Rodman is
He had
not.
his own planet.
Here's the thing. Yeah, he's not of this planet. The only people it would consist of on his planet would be North Koreans. Okay, that is the only thing that it will consist of on that planet because they're the only country that will accept him.
Prince John Campbell, the Dennis Rodman. Look, at least Dennis Rodman knew his role as a Chicago Bull. He knew his role, getting all the boards for his team. Rondo is one of my favorites of all time.
Yeah, that's so funny. Tony Kukoc. Nobody knew who Tony Kukoc was, but hey, Michael and Scotty, they say, hey, bring Kukoc in.
Yeah, but the funny thing of it is somebody was talking about it, about how much that Tony Kukoc was getting heat because of the fact of him not being on Jerry's corner, but Jerry Krause was more involved with Tony Kukoc than for some of the other players, and players just kept getting heat for that.
And I remember that in Brown in '99 because they kept Kukoc and they wanted Kukoc. They wanted to build the team around Kukoc.
They
That was
actually
Jerry
explained.
Krause's vision.
They actually explained before this episode started was the dinner. The dinner with all the players, like the last time that they would ever have the dinner with everybody together.
Everybody got to put a respect on Tony Kukoc's name because Tony
By far.
Kukoc. Because in the Olympics, he showed that he belonged. And the Bulls, well, mostly Michael and Scotty, well, mostly Michael, they saw that. And you know what? I'm grateful because Scottie Pippen also played a role in giving us 4 more rings. So yeah, Dwight Howard has an ego. Yeah.
Charles Barkley.
Yes.
Yes, Charles Barkley does have an ego.
Come on.
Good Lord.
Shaq had an ego.
I don't know.
Barkley had the biggest ego of the 90s.
The biggest ego in the 90s, you would have to say
Bill Lim. No.
Oh God, 90s. To be honest though, even though he doesn't have an ego, but he was a hype man though. He would get in your head.
Yeah, he was a hype.
And you're talking about
he was he let you believe the hype. That's Gary Payton. Gary Payton.
Oh, Gary Payton. Yeah, Gary
Payton would get into your head. Probably one of the greatest defenders ever. There's the reason why he was called the Glove.
Yeah.
If Shaq had an ego, then Dwight has an ego. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Superman.
You know what's kind of funny? Have you ever thought of the ghost players in the NBA in the 90s? Like they were really good players, but yet nobody really kind of put some spotlights on them. Like Dominique.
Yep, Dominique.
Wilkins.
What was it?
Dominique. The Magic.
Yeah, but Magic.
Magic
Magic. Nah.
I would say this: the Magic. I would say they won't have an ego, but the Magic. But Shaq, low key, his feud with the Magic is kind of ridiculous because they won't retire his jersey. Now that's understandable.
That's true.
But at the same time, Shaq still talks about it, say he doesn't understand why they won't retire his jersey. I'm like, Michael Red.
It's like, have we gotten over this?
Michael Red was the Michael Red. Brandon Roy couldn't stay, so Brandon Roy.
Brandon Roy. But then again, if Brandon Roy didn't have that injury, dude, I think he would have played out at least a couple more plays. Yeah, he would have won a title,
but not with the Trailblazers.
No, he would have. I think the Timberwolves would have been a much better team had he not got hurt.
Yeah.
T-Wolves team with KG. Yeah.
Well, even Kevin Love when he was in Minnesota. Good Lord.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Kevin Love was a different player.
I was so angry with Minnesota when they made that trade. I'm like, please don't trade him with LeBron. Don't trade him to Cleveland. And trade him to Cleveland.
And the second he goes to Cleveland, he's not the same player. That's why when we had the trade deadline this past season, I was wanting him to move. Wanting him to get moved.
Yeah.
Steve Kerr, I would say.
No, Steve Kerr's honest. Steve Kerr is honest.
Remember, Michael was a jerk and hit Steve Kerr in the
Punch
face.
Steve Kerr in the eye.
Punch Steve Kerr in the
Latrell
face.
You
Sprewell.
probably saw the
Yes.
cartoon about when Michael Jordan punched Steve Kerr in the face.
Latrell
Oh my
Sprewell,
God.
the only player who would strangle his head
Latrell
coach.
Sprewell. Holy shit. That is
Why
amazing.
you little? If I could quote Homer Simpson.
Oh, don't.
You know what? I think if you look at a current NBA player with ego, Patrick Beverly.
Oh, for sure. I hate that.
Oh my God, this song. I could be like Mike. Could be like Mike. Oh God, that song.
Jake the Snake, don't mention Patrick Beverly ever again, please.
Wait, who said Patrick Beverly?
Jake mentioned Patrick Beverly.
I mentioned
As
Pat
an
Beverly
ego?
because look, as far as his ego, like he can get tendencies to get in your head.
Drink Gatorade.
Like he has
Drink
tendencies to get in
Gatorade,
your
you
head
like
and piss
Mike.
you off. Steve Francis.
Barack Obama. Barack Obama. Okay.
He's a better
Steve is
president.
Francis. Steve Franchise the Francis, yes, had an ego.
He had an ego, but to a certain extent.
Every time, okay, I got a game for y'all. Name a song you think of an NBA player. Think of a song and like an NBA player, like name an NBA player and think of a song for them. Like what goes for a song. Like Michael Jordan, easy.
That's tough.
Michael Jordan, believe it or not, you're gonna laugh.
Kenyon
Michael
Martin.
Jordan,
Oh wow.
R. Kelly, I Believe I Can Fly. I think of Michael Jordan every time I hear that.
Are you saying that because of Space Jam?
No. Yes.
Of course you are.
Because it. Okay. That and Fly Like an Eagle.
Friggin' fly like a bird.
Fly like a bird. LeBron James, I would say
Fight the power
Forever.
of the Pistons. Oh wow.
Oh, Fight the Power of the Pistons, yeah.
Yeah.
I can see them coming out to that.
Well,
Shoot, Detroit is the city of riots, so yeah, of course they can come out to that. No, what's one? LeBron James, Forever by Drake and Eminem and all those other rappers. That song is literally talking about LeBron. So Forever by Carmelo Anthony's theme would probably be Hip Hop Is Dead by Nas. Kobe Bryant, I would say The Cool Kids 88. Kenyon Martin with an ego. I'm mad we all got quiet with that one, but hey.
Well, I just don't think I've seen an ego on Kenyon Martin. I don't think I've seen one on him.
Kobe BBT. Kobe helicopter, man.
For Kobe helicopter. Oh, Rio. Oh. You would say that to the only Laker in here that got a Kobe Bryant jersey. God. Wait, Kobe? BBD?
Damn, that's funny.
Bill DeVoe? What the? No.
Oh, good Lord. You're telling me Kobe's got poison? Oh, man.
No. That girl is
No.
poison.
I would say Kobe, honestly, if I ruled the world.
Yeah, Kobe, if I would rule the world.
Yeah.
If I rule the world. Yeah, with Kobe Bryant, yes.
Seriously, because he probably could have.
Muhammad Ali, because they just showed Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali's theme would be "Mama Say Knock You Out" by LL Cool J. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I'd use that for Mike Tyson.
Or true, Mike Tyson. Kobe Bryant saying "Ballin' by Logic."
Ballin' by Logic. Oh wow.
Stop this. We gotta laugh. We going through hard times. Yeah, that's true, Rio. That is true. But Jesus, the man still is gone. What's another person? You know, overall, I'm gonna say this though. If you were an NBA player, what theme song would you come out to? Like, what song would you come out to for the starting lineup?
That's tough.
Oh man, for starting lineup.
But it was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I was a man. Mayweather's
Wish I
music
had a
would
rabbit
be.
in a hat with a bat in 6'4" Paula.
Prince Sean said I would come out to Cult of Personality. Rio say Mayweather's music would be Shane McMahon. Here comes the money. Here comes the money.
That's Floyd Mayweather right there, not Mike Tyson.
God, here comes the money.
Oh my
Cult of Personality. Mine's would be would probably be Eminem's Sing for the Moment.
Yeah. I like that one.
Oh, we're back. No one picks Cena. Wow.
No one picks Cena. No, who would pick Cena?
You don't even know what that means yet. While I make predictions, jeans will get extra tight. There'll be a thing
98 shit.
Wait a minute, did I just hear the butt fumble?
commercial.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait a minute, I'm
What?
gonna rewind that. I just heard him say sooner down the line there will be a butt fumble. Did they? Hold on, mute y'all TVs real quick. I gotta hear this. Mute y'all TVs. I have to hear this.
Okay, hold up. Let me know when we can put our volume back on.
He did! Oh my god!
Shit.
He said it would be a 10-part series. Like, is
I
there
wanna
a thing called the butt fumble?
Elvis, the Honky Tonk Man theme song.
Oh god, for Elvis, the
Honky
honky tonk
Tonk
theme.
Man theme song. Oh,
I got my hair sideburns and my hair slicked back. I hate. I'm just a honky tonk man.
The voice of the song Jimmy Hart.
I'm like legit like laughing right now. I'm like, there's a thing called the butt fumble. Jeans will get tighter.
That was in 2012. He predicted that.
That was in 2012. He predicted that. God.
3 crying like a
2012 and sure enough, that shit happened.
The following things, if you could delete something, you know what, to be honest, I would delete skinny jeans. I think females are probably the only ones who can get away with it. But if a male wears skinny jeans, stop. No. No.
MalcGoolie, it's 10 over there, isn't it?
Like, it's like, yeah, it's about to be 10 o'clock over here. And I know you guys are like, what, 8 o'clock over there?
Jake,
No, we're like six.
No, like 6 in
already.
the afternoon. Dude, you're 4 hours ahead. Damn.
Yeah, the sun hasn't set yet.
Live, Jake.
Yeah, it hasn't set yet.
Facts, man. Yeah, this is a fact. Skinny jeans should only be worn for women. Men should not wear skinny jeans. Period. Males wear skinny jeans. It's not even about being homosexual. It's just the fact that no, a man just wearing skinny jeans, unless you are like very skinny, like you ain't got no meat on your bones, then of course. Talk about an echo. What's up, GangGreenDavid? It's my microphone, bruh.
GangGreen!
But yeah, no, like, man's wearing skinny jeans? No.
He's right though.
Like, no. That was another thing. Like, and this also, and I'm not trying to be sexist or anything. It's because these are the things that just pisses me off when I see.
Oh.
I do see men wear skinny jeans out here, but the one I really hate is where females. Okay, now females, I hate the fact that you guys wear a wig. Okay, it's understandable. You ain't got no hair, but I don't need to see the track. When I see the braided track, that means the wig is fucking useless. It's the weave is fucking useless. Stop.
The weave don't work no more.
The weave don't work no more. I should put water literally on your weave and say, look, your track, ma'am, your track record is so bad, it's making a criminal case look innocent. No. And also, the women with the long fingernails. I have one question.
Oh, I hate that.
How do you wipe? How do you wipe with the long fingernail? I can't. No.
Chicago Bulls, the Atlanta Hawks, March 27, 1998.
Oh, God, Rosa Parks. Bruh. Rosa Parks.
Is right. Oh, what is this?
Bro, Outcast, man. There'll never be another
Outcast was
It's like a
the
football
shit.
stadium. Oh, it is a football stadium. What am I talking about?
Like I said, and I'm also saying this too, for everybody that loves NBA 2K, the best NBA 2K game ever is NBA 2K17. It had the best soundtrack, it had the best controls, it had the best My Career series, it had the best everything. Every time I play my playlist, Ain't No Love in the Heart of the City by Jay-Z and Rosa Parks by Outkast.
If you're talking about recent 2K17, yes. Out of all time, you cannot go wrong with 2K13.
I only played 2K13 on the PSP, so I can't really say much on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox, but 2K17 just blew the water in its story, its gameplay, and there was nothing wrong. 2K18 just...
2K18 was a fuckload of crap.
18 what was the one that focused way more on the park than I think it was 18, because 18 focused way too much on the park. And I'm sorry, I hate the park. Out of everything in 2K, I hate the park. Bill Murray.
Rio thinks 2K11 is
Gretzky.
the best 2K.
Huh?
Rio thinks 2K11 is the best 2K.
2K11 was good.
No, we cannot
2K
deny NBA 2K12 was good.
2K12 was good too. But 2K17 just blew out the water. Prince, Spike Lee.
Prince.
God, look at this. All in the United Center. Jerry Seinfeld. Look at all those people there in the freaking United Center.
Jerry Seinfeld. They look so young.
I would low key, I don't know, if I was like a celebrity, like a wrestler, and like, hey, celebrities are in the thing. I'm like, who is it? And if it was like somebody like Bill Murray, I would freaking cry.
Dude, that's like the
I
time when
would
Joe Montana
cry.
saw John Candy.
Yeah, John. Yes, I'm sorry.
Right.
Like, if
Is that John Candy in the stands? Oh, we're winning this game.
Look
like
at
Prince.
Prince. We just saw Prince.
Like, I would cry. Like, if I was a basketball player and like I got celebrities like Sinbad or all these other coming into the locker room, I'd be like, wait a minute, y'all, I can't get focused on y'all. I got a game to be prepared for. Then we could talk outside the locker room.
Man, Sinbad, that is funny.
God.
Last dance, damn right, Jake. Just saw your story, Jake.
Well, that was episode 5. Now we're on episode 6. Episode 6, we'll be talking about... Bum, bum, bum.
Check something real quick.
We're talking about 1993.
What do we get in 93? The Supersonics?
I think it was the Sonics they took on.
No. It was the Suns in 93.
Yeah, it was the Suns. Like it was the Suns, and
I gotta see MJ and Chuck to see what they did.
Charles Barkley, man. You know,
He had like
Charles really didn't have a team. Phoenix did have a team, but
everyone hated Chuck in the 90s.
because Chuck always talked so much trash. That's the problem with Chuck.
He's
Oh,
like
yeah, by the
Draymond
way,
Green.
we also got to put Muggsy Bogues in that cemetery too. He was a great player, even though he was very, very short. Larry Johnson too.
Okay, we're talking about Space Jam actors right now.
You know they were actual basketball players, right?
Yeah.
Even though I gotta give them to that act. Yo, where you at? We're in episode 6 now.
MJ, what do you talk about here? Oh, is this the, oh no, it isn't. I was gonna say, is this the McDonald's commercial? But he looks younger in that commercial.
I think this was like his first retirement. It gotta be. No, it can't be his first retirement.
No, I can't. He did a press conference announcing his retirement.
Was it the one with his father?
Jake the Snake Roberts. I mean Silva. Oh my god. Because Jake calls himself the Snake, I think of Jake the Snake Roberts.
Nah, D's not hopping in tonight. Look at all that.
Part of me thinks of Jake the Snake.
Why not hopping on tonight? I don't know. Is he MalcGoolie?
No, he won't.
No, he
He
won't.
won't?
He doesn't have his gear on him with him, so no, he's not gonna be.
Space Jam 2, Space Jam protected the coronavirus and regained SnakeSportsTalk.
Oh my god! Did anybody see that logo too for the movie?
Space Jam, the new legacy, I have.
I didn't. I don't know. It's okay. It's decent.
You know who really predicted the coronavirus
The
is
Simpsons.
Hmm.
The Simpsons.
George Carlin. George Carlin. And he says, you know, every time when I use the bathroom, I don't always wash my hands all the time, okay? Can you deal with that?
Damn.
And he says, you know when's the only time I wash my hands? When I shit on them. I'll have you listen to that after.
Because everybody was so popular. They were talking about it was so hard to get security around Mike. Yeah, it is hard because they love the dude.
2-3 Pete's, dude. Like, yeah.
I mean, 2-3 Pete's. Yeah, of course. He's going to be the most loved
Was
man in
there
Chicago.
it's not The Simpsons, but there was another cartoon that predicted Kobe's death. Like,
I think it was. I don't
it
know
was
if
it was a show from Comedy Central.
No, it wasn't South Park. God, no.
It wasn't. I'd be shocked if it was South Park, but it wasn't them.
Like, The Simpsons had predicted, what, the smart TV, the iPhone, and all those other stuff that we use today.
All of it.
I'm finding it right now.
And back, this has been the best documentary
Legends
ever.
of Timberland Heights.
Which guys, what do you think the next documentary should be? Obviously, people are going to say Kobe, yes, but I would love a documentary on the Spurs.
Yeah.
Because there had to have been some issues in that locker room. Like, nobody's that humble.
If we're talking about who should have the next Last Dance documentary, it had to be Kobe.
Wow, Tony Kukoc watching
Lakers
hockey.
versus Celtics.
They've done Lakers and Celtics so many times.
Many, many times.
Yeah, that's why I said like not them, not that.
God, I would have loved to have been a security guard at the United Center. I'd be like, hey, Mike, can you
I
give me some
imagine
season
if
tickets?
it's even person.
I don't know. If I was still in Gary, Indiana, and a lot of people ask me this a lot, and if I was, moved back to Chicago, I think the only thing I would do would probably be security for the United Center, and try to get, be that one person with the, with the season tickets.
I almost thought of well, growing up as a kid, because I wanted to be in the police department out here in Vegas, and I almost thought that if I got onto Metro, I would do like extra security work around T-Mobile Arena. Like, bro, I would be like right there watching Knights games in the best seat in the house while making sure everybody's all behaving themselves.
Derrick Rose and Kobe are Spurs stock.
It's going to be the Spurs. For Derrick Rose, if Derrick Rose goes to a team,
I
he
don't
can win
think
a
they're going to do a
championship.
documentary on Derrick Rose.
I
if Derrick
know.
Rose
I
goes
don't
to a
think- I don't think-
championship team, caliber team, and that championship team wins, then yes, they will do a Rose documentary about him, having, his moment in the sun.
We need a
And a lot
documentary.
of
Well, you
people
have to
said
think
that they
about it.
would-
Magic
Him
Johnson.
taking
the
him taking
MVP
the contract was Dunleavy.
If MVP
was
Derrick
Dunleavy.
Rose would not get hurt, they would have beat the Miami Heat.
I would have said this, and I think Enrique, since you're a Laker fan, we'll talk about this. I would low key, in my opinion, would have traded you guys a first round draft pick of that year when Rose won, when Rose was MVP for next season, and like maybe a player, maybe I would say Taj Gibson, and I know Bulls fans are probably gonna tear my head off, for Paul Gasol.
D Rose and Taj Gibson for Pau Gasol?
No, not D Rose. A first round pick and Taj Gibson for Pau Gasol.
Oh, okay.
Because Pau Gasol was a starter. Was a starter for the Lakers, and Taj Gibson was a starter for the Bulls. No, not Taj Gibson. Sorry, Carlos Boozer, first round pick and a second round pick for Pau Gasol.
I would not like that trade, to be honest. I would not like that.
Like for
Like
the Bulls, that
Carlos
would.
Boozer, that was Carlos Boozer was a good player back then, but he would not be the answer for Kobe.
True. But with Paul Gasol being there, as young as he was back then, you had now Coach Thibodeau could have switched up the lineup. He could have had Joakim Noah be power forward and Gasol be center, and then one night Joakim center, Pau Gasol power forward. So you're dealing with a two-headed monster in the front court. So it's like you're either gonna get blocked by Pau Gasol or you're gonna get get the ball stolen from Joakim.
There's Phil Jackson.
Meet the Yin Master. Dun, 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 dun. I say that trade wouldn't work. Because if the Bulls were that desperate, well, they were, but to get another championship, to get that title, Boozer was not the answer. Yeah. If I was to all the time, and that was the majority of the Bulls' offense at the time, was Rose, and then Butler came out of nowhere.
Redick would have been a good fit with the Bulls with D Rose.
Yeah, but at the same time, you need like a big man. Joakim Noah was that guy, but he needed help too.
Big man.
So I would say get Dirk Nowitzki. Get Dirk. Dallas.
Okay.
If the Bulls would have got Dirk in free agency.
How about Tyson Chandler? Tyson Chandler was an amazing player back then, a good defensive player.
They would have did that anything but Boozer at this point. After defeating Portland to win back-to-back titles, the Bulls start off to become the third franchise to win at least 3 consecutive NBA championships.
I mean, look at it this way: D Rose, JJ Redick, Luol Deng, Taj Gibson, and Tyson Chandler.
Joakim Noah. Tyson Chandler would probably be the 7th man coming off the bench, because the 6th man probably would have been Jimmy Butler. 91, 92.
Oh yeah, this is their second chip in a row, and now to the three-peat.
The three-peat.
MJ's first three-peat.
God, and Michael was only 30. That's the funny part. He was only 30.
Yeah, 30 years old.
Here's what I would do. I would trade Carlos Boozer for
yeah,
Biggs,
that-
Clear Cab, and then sign Amari Stoudemire, and they would have been champions.
Or better yet, what if Carmelo Anthony just said no to giving the Knicks all that money and just went to the Bulls for 5 years for $90 million?
Hey, remember, Carmelo wanted to go to the Bulls.
He did, but the Chicago didn't have that money. And New York gave him all the money. I'm sorry. Melo, even though you'll never be watching this, you should have went to the Bulls. But you listened to understand you always, not all men fear their wives, but all men should respect their wives. I get that. But if you want to win a championship, you should have went to the Bulls. Because they were ready.
The trio of D-Rose, Melo, and Joe Camilo win a championship.
That would have won a championship. And plus the Bulls bench as well.
That's what the Bulls should have done.
But hey, when you got John Paxson and Gar Forman who were so scared of spending money, low ball management in effect.
Do you think Carmelo would get a ring before he retires? No.
No.
I feel bad for Melo, to be honest.
No. I was thinking about, I was just about to mention the Jordan rules. Yeah, and also D Rose too. Remember, they made a rule off of Derrick Rose as well. Remember when the Bulls gave him all that money? They made a freaking rule with Derrick Rose's contract. I remember that clear as day. Well, I'm like, okay, they're gonna give this kid a lot of money, and then the NBA makes it rules. They call it the Derrick Rose rule. I'm like, this kid only been in the NBA for 3 years. He already got a rule on him.
If the Lakers got Carmelo now, then he could. No. If there's anyone, if there's anyone that we would have traded for to get a ring with us, it's Derrick Rose.
Even though Rose could have been a Laker, and he said it himself, he said that the Lakers have a fantastic training facility. And I'm shocked he didn't go to LA. That's what I'm like. Rose, if Rose would have went to the Lakers,
I would love to see Rose get a ring.
I'm not to the point right now with Derrick Rose now. I just want the boy to win a ring.
I just wanted to see Rose play in the playoffs.
Yes, play on the playoffs. Like
Well,
if he can
we'll
play
talk
in the
about
playoffs,
ring later, but I want to see him play in the playoffs.
If he can win a ring, Derrick Rose win a ring.
Sean,
Like, hey,
that's the player I wanted to trade away. I want to trade Rondo and 1 or 2 first-round picks for Derrick Rose.
Because you remember, Rose was at New York at that time, so knowing the Knicks, they would take that trade.
No, it wasn't, Mason. Wasn't Rose on the Lakers?
Wasn't Rose on the Lakers for like 2 days and got traded to the team? No, he was never on the Lakers.
He was on Cleveland.
Like he was with Cleveland, but he never. He was with Cleveland, and then he
did not do anything in Cleveland.
And then he went to Minnesota, and then he went. Now he's with Detroit, and he's at an impasse with Detroit. He said he wants to go back home and win a title.
DeMar needs to go to Milwaukee. No, DeMar's a curse.
DeMar DeRozan's not leaving Spurs.
DeMar DeRozan's a curse.
DeMar DeRozan, let's be real. Like, Greg Popovich is the GOAT in Toronto for making that trade. He is the GOAT.
DeMar DeRozan, he ain't the same player, though. He can still shoot mid-range shots and layups,
but he choked too much. He choked too much in the playoffs.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. He's a curse.
He's a curse. Wow. I was said curse. I was like, well, shoot, he just choked. He was just a choker.
He's a curse like CP3.
Rose was on Cleveland and got traded to some team, which I thought was the Lakers. Then they released, and it wasn't the Lakers. We never traded
for D Rose.
No, like D Rose was gonna be with the Lakers, and it just shocked me that Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose should have went to the Lakers, though, in my opinion, because number one, the
Yeah.
Lakers. It's no secret that the Lakers have an amazing training facility. Like Rose's knees would have been a thing in the past if he went to the Lakers.
Yeah.
Now they're playing hip hop array.
Everyone would want to root for the Lakers just to see D Rose get a ring.
Pretty much.
And now look at him in Detroit. Like he's the. Now
I feel
when your
bad for
best
D Rose
player-
in Detroit.
When your best player is on the bench and he's averaging 24 points a game, that's a serious problem. That's why Detroit will never win another title. They're being lowballed by horrible management. And
Like,
why is D Rose on the
who's the
bench?
head coach? Dwayne Casey?
Yeah, Dwayne Casey.
Oh, that's the reason. He couldn't win a championship with the Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan, Toronto Raptors. They were first place in the East, and they got swept.
I'm gonna say this about this with D Rose though. D Rose, if Derrick Rose does want to get traded, there's a few teams that he can get traded to. Chicago is one of them, but it would they would have to sit him down. They would have to sit Derrick Rose down and tell him. They would probably make him.
It was Kobe White.
It'd be like 15 minutes just to train Kobe White. Another team he can go to is Milwaukee. Another team he would go to. He has to go on championship caliber teams. He can't go to teams that are like, oh, we need one more. No, he can't. So the Magic are out.
That's championship ready.
So he would go to maybe Philly.
Philly,
He would go to Philly.
I know, but if Philly is championship ready, they need to do one thing: fire Brett Brown. Brett Brown is not the answer for the Sixers.
And also another team he can go to is Dallas, because Dallas is ready for.
Oh yeah.
Dallas, and now knowing Dallas the way I do, they would probably start him as point guard.
I would love D Rose on the Bucks. That'd be a good fit, to be honest.
It would be a good fit. It would be a good fit for him. And congratulations, you'll keep Giannis for 3 more years. I'm saying right now, Mason, I know you are a Bucks fan, but be honest with yourself. You know he's leaving. Why would he stay in Milwaukee?
It's like
And I'm
Kareem.
sorry, you guys paid way too much money for Chris Middleton, in my opinion.
Like, how much
That's
is
why
it?
He's not worth that
That's
contract.
why I'm like, Mason, get prepared.
I gotta see the contract.
You're offered a lottery pick and 2 more draft picks and Andrew Wiggins to give up Giannis to the Warriors. I know Ghoulie knows this because he's like, you are out of your mind. You're out of your gourd.
5-year deal worth $138 million. So that's like $35 million per year.
Yeah.
I see D-Rose on the Heat. I can see D-Rose on the Heat, but here's the problem. Jimmy Butler doesn't want him there.
Yeah.
Because remember, Jim and Jimmy got to
It's
have
like
a father
Carmelo
and
with
son.
Jeremy Lin.
God, the Knicks. God.
I was glad to see Jeremy Lin finally win a title.
Yeah, Jeremy Lin even won a championship. Jeremy Lin wins a title before Russell Westbrook, people. Think about that.
Like
Jeremy Lin won a championship before Carmelo.
Yeah, before Carmelo.
Carmelo talked so much shit on Jeremy Lin. And
everybody hyped about Jeremy Lin and then said Jeremy Lin sucks, and then all of a sudden he wins a championship.
I can
What if
see
we win
Giannis going to the
championship?
Bulls.
But hey, I'm a Bulls fan, and if Giannis goes there, I'm good. But Giannis literally said on the interview that he doesn't want to leave Milwaukee.
Okay, a lot of players say that. Remember when Kyrie told a little boy told Kyrie, would you ever leave like LeBron did? He said no. What happened? He left. No, actually, no, he got traded. Did he get traded or did he leave?
Yeah, he got traded.
He got traded.
And then,
Because of course,
and then when Kyrie got traded to Boston, he told the entire Boston crowd in the Boston Garden that he's planning on resigning there. And look what happened.
He effed them over. So no. I mean, Mason, a lot of NBA players when they're not happy, and I'm not saying that Giannis is not happy in Milwaukee. He's probably living his best life in Milwaukee. But here's the thing, it's not just the team itself that's the issue. The issue is straight up is straight up Giannis. And here's the reason why I say that. Because Giannis, and it really showed when I watched some Milwaukee games, he should have worked on his free throw shooting, and he should have worked on his just shooting in general. Granted, he can there'd be nights where he'd be on fire, and then like there's so much of going in the paint you can do. He needs to learn how to just like have his own like hot spot on the floor. He need a mid-range game. If he can get a mid-range game, oh, Giannis will be a bad man. Trust me on that. But this is why I say that Giannis would leave, because I have that funny feeling. Like, Middleton is not worth, like, how much money did they pay Middleton?
178 for 5 years.
He's not worth that. For how many years?
5.
He's not worth the 5-year contract. He was only worth 3 years, in my opinion. 90 million.
Like how many? Okay, 3 year worth 90 million per year.
90 million for 3 years. He's worth that. And then that's where you get pieces like a bench, or better yet, you got both Lopez brothers. That's a start, but also a bench as well. Then Milwaukee will be there on the top. But no.
Yeah, you want Giannis on the Bulls. That's why you're saying that.
No, that's not the reason. That's not the reason why I'm saying that. I'm just saying I've seen this song and dance happen before. I've seen it happen with LeBron. I've seen this happen song and KD. But if Giannis does come to the Bulls,
and Google Chris contract, and I'll tell you the contract of it. It's not 5 years worth $200 million. The Bucks are stupid to give Chris Middleton that contract. 5 years, $200 million.
That's way too much money. If Giannis does go to the Bulls, but right now that's in 2 years. I'm focused on the Bulls getting Anthony Davis.
You're not getting Anthony Davis.
That's who I'm focused on. That will be a start for the Bulls. And if they somehow, some way keep marketing, you got marketing and you have AD. Holy crap!
AD's trolling because that's why he's saying that it's a possibility for AD to go to the Bulls.
Because if AD goes to the Bulls, holy crap! Like every Bulls fan,
AD
will go
trolling
crazy.
I ain't buying it. If 81 springs for like I don't know, 3
or better yet, just try to bring a championship home, then obviously the Bulls are building around Zach LaVine. That's who they're building around. Zach LaVine can't do it by himself, and it seems to me that Kobe White is a part of that piece for so far for everybody that the Bulls have drafted. He is the best piece to help to fit around Zach LaVine, because Kobe White has proven to me that he can score, that he can shoot.
The young core of the Bulls is producing a lot.
Yeah, they are. They're producing a lot, but at the same time, you still got big questions on your team. And the two bigger questions is this. Number one, can Wendell Carter stay healthy for a full year? And second, can marketing unregress from what happened this season? That is the questions for the Bulls.
Can marketing play like Dirk? Like
they need to let him play like Dirk. Don't let him be like Gasol. He's not Gasol. And that's why Bolin was ruining him.
Imagine Laurie marketing if Mark Jackson was coaching Laurie.
Marketing has fell apart due to Bowl and stupid coaching. Yes, that's why.
That's true.
That's why marketing said what he said to management, saying, "Hey, if things don't change, he's gonna leave." What you think they did? Management changed everything. Marketing will probably stay,
but it's
gonna be a 2-year contract.
Reports saying that the Bulls don't have any plans to change coaches.
Then that'd be stupid. That'd be very stupid if they don't fire Bolin.
That's true.
That'd be very stupid. I'd be looking like this. Well, this team is not getting AD.
It's like the Cowboys with Jason Garrett.
Oh God.
Holy smokes. If Boylan doesn't get fired, I don't see a future for the Bulls.
don't see a future for the Bulls.
Yeah, I agree with that. Oh, they're talking about the court case where Michael's the gambling debt. Yep. God, Mike.
I remember the Bulls when they were coached by Fred Hoiberg.
God, Fred Hoiberg was bad, but to be honest, I'd rather have Fred Hoiberg coach than Bolin.
Yeah. But look at it this way. Fred Hoiberg had D. Wade and Jimmy Butler, and they still couldn't make it to the playoffs. They had a 41-41 record.
Didn't they make the playoffs? They took on what? Who they
Did
faced?
they?
They faced Boston.
Did they?
Yeah, they were beating Boston 2-0, and then D Wade got then was it Butler or D Wade that got? It was Butler that got hurt.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Butler? No, it wasn't Butler. It was Rondo. Rondo got hurt because that was so hilarious that the Bulls were almost beating Boston because Rondo was tearing that team apart. I was like, wow. But then when Rondo got hurt, the whole team just fell apart. I'm like, oh wow, really? It's like Coach Nagy for the Bears. Okay, I'm gonna say this right now, Mason. Let me say this right now about Coach Nagy. He's not fighting for his job, unlike Ryan Pace. But I'm gonna say this right now about when it comes to the Packers. I think Aaron Rodgers will leave. I think Jordan Love has probably one of the worst mentors to teach him the game of football. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go one step further. Aaron Rodgers is the NFL's version of LeBron James. He is LeBron incarnate. It's like he's the only good player leading a bunch of overpaid scrubs to relevance. Mostly in the wide receiving game. If Marketing leaves, he could become a star somewhere else.
Honestly,
once again, the Bulls front office will be looking like hounds. Although I don't see Marketing leaving. I don't see Marketing leaving. Rondo got hurt. Rondo is a playoff killer. Yes. Playoff Rondo hits different. When I saw we had the Bulls in the first round, even though we were the first seed, I was scared though because I knew Rondo was about to ball out. He was balling out that series, and I was like, "Where did this come from?" If Rondo didn't get hurt, I think the Bulls would have swept the Celtics, and that would have shocked me. I would have been like, "Well, we shocked the team." Rodgers will leave. Believe you're correct, but I don't think we will trade him in 2 years. Have Jordan sit on the bench for 2 years, and then he'll be our next franchise player. Jordan Love will be a good fit for the Packers, but it's incredibly risky. And the reason why I say that, but if Aaron Rodgers leaves, if you don't give him weapons, it's incredibly risky. And I can see Matt LaFleur getting fired.
Imagine Jordan Love with the Saints. That would have been a better fit for Jordan Love than the Green Bay.
The problem with Green Bay, and this is what I'm starting to figure out, and it happened twice, and I think Jake can agree to this. The problem with Green Bay is that they don't give enough weapons for Aaron Rodgers to play with. It's like they find somebody off the street, and Aaron Rodgers makes them like an elite wide receiver. But once that dude off the street leaves Green Bay and goes to another team, let's say the Colts or something, they play like ass. I don't understand that though. Loves playing.
Aaron Rodgers' best receiver was Jordan Nelson. That's all I could say.
Well,
Jordan
don't
Nelson.
forget Donald Driver and Greg Jennings.
Yeah, I mean, why do you think Brett Favre left?
I think Brett Favre left because of the fact that they drafted Aaron Rodgers.
And even he said that, like you said on your sports show, Jake, that he's leaving. Now, where will he go? And a lot of people say Chicago.
People are saying this. So Cowherd said this. Cowherd said this. He thinks the Chargers, the Saints, and the Niners are the three places.
No, he's not going to the Niners.
Because he's got a house in Malibu, apparently, and that's where he's just like, wait, close to home.
No, hold on, Jake. You said Niners and two other teams. What was that?
The Saints and the Chargers.
Okay, the Saints and the Chargers. Honestly, none of those are good fits.
They're not good fits at all.
And he's not going to go to the Niners now after they passed him in that draft. Like, come on.
No, he's not going to the Niners. I
Oh.
mean, I'm sorry, they got Jimmy G, so no.
But think about it this way:
No.
they took Alex Smith over Aaron Rodgers.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. That
It's
is
funny.
true.
It's funny how Jake said it.
It's like seriously, like
Why
Aaron
would he
was
go to the
Aaron
Niners
was
and
from
they no-call
NoCal,
him?
and Aaron still to this day has a grudge about that. Like what?
He's not going to the Saints. He's not going to the Saints.
It's not. It doesn't make any sense for Aaron Rodgers to go to New Orleans.
Yeah, he's from San Fran, but still, he made San Fran's life a living hell. Well, so we thought until San Fran got the last
No, Tom Brady is
last
from
year.
San Francisco, and we all know he's not going to go to the 49ers.
No, a lot of people say that he'll pull a Brett Favre and go to Chicago. Now, if he goes to Chicago, first things first, the Bears would have to low-key shower Aaron Rodgers with everything he wants.
I think Alex Smith
I can
is
see that
still
happen.
hurt. I think he's still hurt, but kind of close to retirement.
I think, Washington is cursed because his injury happened on the same day, the same exact day where another player,
Joe
another
Theismann.
quarterback. Yes, I was like, yep, this franchise is cursed. The Indians have made, they pulled a poltergeist. God, like it's that bad, guys. It's that bad. Like, if he does go to the Bears, my dad said, "Oh, you'll be jumping for joy." Here's the thing: I wouldn't be jumping for joy if the Bears got Aaron Rodgers. I would not jump on the Super Bowl train yet because here's the
Oh.
problem. Number
Jumping for
one,
joy for the
Hey,
Bears. It's like,
Bears
come on
traded
now.
for Nick Foles. Why did they need to trade for another quarterback?
And you
The
didn't pick up the fifth option for Mitch Trubisky.
yeah. Now I can explain about the fifth about that with Trubisky, because now Ryan Pace is playing for the Sens for it, and that's because you drafted a backup. You don't draft the backup in the draft. So now he's trying to right the wrong by having Nick Foles. But here's the thing. You're in a risk with Nick Foles and Trubisky. And if I was Trubisky, like I said before, if I was Trubisky and if I saw everything like that goes on, okay, they're not picking up my fifth option. They don't have any faith or trust in me. I would, make myself be better. I would I would call somebody, not my agent. I would call like a player to like a legend. Maybe Brett Favre, maybe Peyton Manning to teach me how to be like a better elite quarterback. Or better yet, go to the gym, listen to all my critics and just low key, just walk it off. And to be honest, I can see Trubisky doing that. So
Drew Brees is a better mentor than freaking Peyton Manning, to be honest.
But you see what I'm saying is I think Trubisky's probably going to show out this season. I think he will. With all that's going on, he'll probably show out.
That's what a lot of people are saying. Because when the Bears traded
I've-
for that was a wake-up call for Mitch Trubisky.
It was a wake-up call. Now he's like, okay, so he's going to have to be like 2008 Trubisky, but on steroids. And like I said, Ryan Pace is fighting for his job. If the Bears don't make the playoffs, or better yet, don't get out the wild card, he'll get fired. And if they don't make the playoffs again, Matt Nagy will get fired. And then I can see the Bears doing something stupid like trading away.
This elite defense.
They got an elite defense,
and they
but their offense is preschool.
Yeah,
They got a preschooler offense.
it's preschool offense because of Mitch Trubisky. Let's be real here. It's
But
because
But at the same time, even though with Trubisky, you can say that, but also the Bears don't really have an offensive line. Their offensive line is atrocious. If your running game, need I remind you that the Bears are known for offense for running the ball. If you're like averaging 5.3 yards a carry, that's a problem. For each game, that's kind of a problem.
plus instead of the Bears drafting a bunch of tight ends, They should have drafted players to add in their offensive line.
I do agree. They did draft 2 offensive linemen. Apparently, we have an offensive lineman guru. So hopefully that helps. But if not,
because they paid attention to Baltimore, and that was the thing.
Yeah, they got to now. I mean,
Ravens got all these players now, like freaking Patrick Queen. Wait, who's that?
Oh, there's no excuse now for the Ravens.
Patrick Queen, Calais Campbell.
I think Rodgers will win MVP because he's gonna be on fire this year, and how he's.
There's no more excuses for Lamar Jackson. There's no more excuses for Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, there's no excuse for. There's no excuse for Baker Mayfield. There's no excuse for Lamar Jackson. There's no excuse for
No excuse for Aaron Rodgers.
Raiders QB either.
No excuse for Derek Carr.
Oh God, Jake.
Look. How many times? Here's the thing. How many times last year, even when Mike McCarthy was head coach, did Aaron Rodgers throw the ball away? He led the league in throwaways because he was basically giving this to Mike McCarthy on all of his play call. Yeah, Mason. If he doesn't,
Mike McCarthy coaching the Cowboys right now.
Yeah, he's the coach of the Cowboys, and now,
coaching for Dallas,
and now, no excuses for Dak Prescott.
Exactly.
Because now you got Andy Dalton.
I agree with that, Connor Burke, but at the same time, yeah, the tight end class for this year was bad. There was only one good tight end, actually like 2 or 3 good tight ends in that draft. And the Bears did pick up Cole Kmet, which was actually a really good pickup, though. Cole Kmet reminds me a lot of Greg Olsen, and the Bears haven't had a great tight end since Greg Olsen.
Mike McCarthy was a head coach thanks to Aaron Rodgers' ego.
Yeah. See, like I said, LeBron James and Aaron Rodgers got a lot in common. You got to shower and keep them.
You look at it this way. Mike McCarthy and Ty Lue, they are 2 completely different coaches. I mean, sure, you could bring up Alex Spoelstra as well, but we got to bring up the recent coaches. Mike McCarthy, Ty Lue. Ty Lue doesn't know what to do.
Oh, God, no. He didn't know.
He doesn't have.
Oh, man, that man got a ring. So angry that man has a ring.
Oh, yeah. But he beat 73-9 Golden State Warriors.
Now, Kyrie beat the Warriors.
As I said, the only best head coach really that LeBron James has had on his corner is Eric Spoelstra.
No doubt, is Eric Spoelstra.
Yeah.
He's like second place to Greg Popovich of the best current coaches. Why are we all quiet?
But yeah, Dak Prescott. Now there's no excuse.
Dak Prescott's
You have been offered a $33 million a year contract, and you said no.
He wants $40 million.
He wants $40 million.
He's
You're
not worth that.
million.
You are not worth that, Dak.
You only had one good year. 13-3. And who did you lose to? You lost to, what do you know, the Packer-a-Nana. God, I was watching that game. My dad was laughing at me. I was like, I hate Dallas now.
Dude, Dez caught it.
God.
But the problem of it is now is you've got a lot of mouths to feed. That's why you had no room for Byron Jones. You got to pay DeMarcus Lawrence. You got to pay Leighton Vander Esch. You got to pay Dak, and so you got a lot of mouths to feed.
A lot of people like he in the building that's praying that Dallas pays Dak Prescott $40 million a year.
Imagine this: that if the Chiefs, here's the thing, the Chiefs give Patrick Mahomes $40 million a year, which I pretty much have a feeling seeing that, but depending on the length of the contract.
I can't wait to go to draft court.
Years for $80 million, maybe.
Because the problem of it is you have to think about it. You have to weigh every single option of how much money will I have left before cap space hits to shape my defense and offense. Because paying the
Michael and
quarterback,
those
because paying the
cigars.
quarterback early is smart.
Dallas
Michael, man, he loved
That's because
golf.
they keep on saying
Oh,
we're
Michael
winning the
loved it.
Super Bowl.
Michael
and then
loved
all of a sudden
golf. That's
they
the
go on
funny
8 and
thing.
8.
He loved it.
Yeah, he loved it.
He loved golf so freaking much.
That was his
Here we
getaway,
go.
dude.
After defeating the Knicks in the 1993 Eastern Conference Finals, the Bulls appear for their third consecutive NBA Finals appearance against the Phoenix Suns and league MVP Charles Barkley.
Oh God.
Like, who is in the Suns team besides Charles Barkley?
Somebody look that up here. I mean, I can't wait for fantasy football. Are you hosting it this year, Mel?
Like,
I could, if we have a season. That is.
like the Suns, it was a one-man show. Like, wait, who else was here? Tom Chambers, Kevin Johnson, Kurt Rambis. Oh, I know that name. Anytime, anywhere.
Danny Ainge. Yeah, Danny Ainge was on that roster.
Yeah, they got all these good players, but no match for the leading.
Oh yeah.
The Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen leading Chicago Bulls.
And it's funny when you have to think of, like, you look at Danny Ainge now and just the type of coach that he is for Boston. Like, man, great. Love it.
Now, who else has no excuse coming from like even when the NBA season comes around, though? If we were in the NBA playoffs right now, this would be what, the finals, right? The finals.
For sure, the
the
biggest,
conference finals.
the biggest eye on for no excuses. It's absolutely freaking Lamar Jackson. Or
Yeah, there's no
Dak
excuse
Prescott.
for Lamar
No
Jackson.
excuse for Lamar Jackson.
No excuse for
It's
there's no
Lamar
excuse-
Jackson. There's Dak
Saints,
Prescott, Aaron
the
Rodgers,
Saints,
the Saints.
The Saints, Aaron Rodgers, the Saints.
JD Rance, what up?
Derek
Now we should
Carr.
do a live reaction of reaching. I will do a live reaction of 1K. I will have all of the people that's been a part of the channel. Well, I can't bring Jake and Enrique from. I can't give them class tickets because A, I'm not a millionaire, and B, I don't have that type of money. So I'm gonna have to bring like old school people like Jonah, Cherry Blossom, and the other people who's been with the channel, and I will probably have like a TV like downstairs, and have all the Spotlight Sports Talk crew and any other people that I've done associations with on there. And Cherry, if you're listening to this, I want my goddamn carrot cake.
Damn.
Yes. She says she'll make a carrot cake for me if I get to 1K.
Uh-oh.
So yes. Once we do get to 1K, it's gonna be
on the bleep. Damn.
like Mason's been here when I was here with 300. Gaming with JT's been here since I only had 10. Like that, I never expected this channel to actually be up like the way it's been today. If you look at the viewership, I am capable of having whatever, but I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why I've been getting bad luck when it comes to 1K. God, but hey.
Here it is, the '93 finals.
Yep. Look at Cher. Look at that.
Look at
One
Chuck.
carrot. 1K carrot cake. There you go, Rio. 1K carrot cake. That's what's gonna be called on the cake.
Oh, that's a take on Chuck's bitch chance.
Oh my God! Why am I just seeing this for the first time? A one minute showing of Ja Rule shooting jumpers.
MalcGoolie, you'll be for 1K, 10K, 50K, 100K, 1 mil, then 10 mil sub reactions, LMAO.
I swear, I will say this though, and this is one of my biggest dreams, because there's like a radio station right by me. I would low-key ask if that building is for sale, and that would be my MalcGoolie headquarters.
Give me a break, MalcGoolie.
It would be. I would literally. That would probably be. I would add a little bit more acre.
Do you know how much you would pay for that, MalcGoolie?
I got good people. I would be like a studio where I low key just be there. All my stuff is there. Like, all of my other stuff is there. And I also was gonna do parody. I've done so many parodies, and that's why I'm coming up with the court case called the draft court as a parody, because I really want to do more parody of sports on the channel. It's just not making fun of it, but just like coming up with characters I come up with my head. Like, for instance, like I told Spotlight, order.
You need like 50K or 100K subs.
That would be sick. It would be amazing. It would be super amazing.
It would be amazing.
Then we would have to talk about t-shirts.
Yes.
T-shirts. There is a new MalcGoolie t-shirt in the works on the Spotlight page. Me and D talked about it the last time we were live together. And the shirt is going to have like a cartoon version of me with Indianapolis in the background, with the quotes in the back saying, "Life's a journey, not a destination."
I hate to say this, but you should make a cartoon of yourself saying it's a cookbook.
Yes!
Oh,
Yes!
God. I don't know why I brought that up.
God. It's a cookbook! It's a cookbook!
You should make a t-shirt for that, MalcGoolie.
Yes. God. Or better yet, like, I had another t-shirt of me being on, camera, and like my skull is open, but all the things that are coming out, like the Bulls, the Bears, the city of Chicago, Indianapolis, court case, freaking all of that, the singing, all that is coming out of my head, and it's like, Jesus Christ.
If you look at MalcGoolie as a cartoon, you could just see him post the book up right here on the side, and his mouth wide open like this.
It's a good book. It's a good book.
MalcGoolie, God damn it.
God damn it, man.
Malcolm, you just need to go viral, then you're good. Oh, God. Then also, there's also the talk. I think Cherry also mentioned the fact that would you go to cons?
MalcGoolie, your "It's a Good Book" should be our outros of the Spotlight Network. I swear.
Yeah.
Like, when you end the show, like, remember like the Chappelle show where he has that, and he's like, "I'm rich, biatch."
Oh, thank you.
And then here you go. It's a good book.
It's a good book, y'all.
That'll be like one of our productions.
Enrique would be so mad. He'd be like, "Look, it's coming. It's a good book." But Enrique, you never answered my question. Why do you hate Madagascar so much? That movie is amazing. That movie is amazing.
Oh, God.
The story was great. Now, if you're talking about the series or just that first movie,
I don't hate the movie at all. It's just that the fact that you brought the "It's a Cookbook" thing up at the worst time possible.
like this, we've all been attacked and eaten by the dreaded Fusa. The Fusa! The Fusa!
God.
The Fusa are attacking! Ah! I was thinking about doing this sketch, saying this, because WB filed a copyright claim on one of the videos, and I would have like a meeting saying this. I've always been attacked by the dreaded Fusa, and the Fusa is YouTube. The Fusa! The Fusa! The Fusa are attacking! Ah! Ah!
It's cook, not good.
We want to thank you for eliminating the Fusa.
The Fusa! The Fusa! The Fusa are attacking! Ah! Ah! I was laughing when that lemur literally went out the window. And then the lemur was like, "It's a good book. It's a good book." Oh, Maurice. Quiet!
Oh, yes, Maurice.
God. Oh, really? They're going to show that horrible fight where Cowboy and when Cowboy got his ass kicked?
my
Wow.
Malc, sit into cookbook and super kick it.
Oh God, it's a good
More like
It's a
sweet
good
chin
book.
music.
God. Another idea someone told me is say you should go out in Comic Cons. Like, here's the thing: if I was to get invited to cons for autographs, celebrations, I've been to so many cons, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I am not gonna be that guy and say, "Oh, $20." No, $10 for an I'll do a combo. $10 for an autograph and a picture. There's your combo. If you want 3 like prints of me, okay, that's 3 for 15. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, $40, $50, $70. No, I think like the worst waste I spend, even though it wasn't really a waste because I met him, Val Kilmer. Met Val Kilmer. He was sick. My God. But he was not worth $80 though. He really wasn't.
Malc, you're at 762 subs. You need 248 subs to get to 1K.
Yes. Yes. That is a fact. And then I think also Spotlight also talked about, because I sent him a blooper video. He was thinking about doing a compilation of all the bloopers that we do on the show. Oh my God, that needs to be a DVD. Because if that happens, we need to have the blooper where Keith showed his whole entire refrigerator and his pantry full of food. And he was mixing food that you're not supposed to be mixing up. I was like, dude, stop. I had a headache that day.
Like, stop that.
I had a headache that day. I was literally crying.
That was Shacked in a Fool right there.
You know, like Shacked in a Fool. I'm like, dude.
We should make our own Shacked in a Fool.
And here's the thing about this, though. Even though the Bulls led the series 3-2, here's the thing. That game 5, Charles Barkley did something that you're not supposed to do. You pissed off Michael and Scotty. You're not supposed to piss off the people you're supposed to beat. And see, that was also Charles Barkley's biggest problem, too. He had a big mouth.
He is
He
a
always
trash
talks so
talker.
much
So he
trash.
don't give a shit. And there's Jordan with a cigar. The next 5 years, MalcGoolie will be at 1 million subs.
Oh, Lord.
I'm already at 50 subscribers now.
Y'all need to subscribe to
MalcGoolie has to be probably like PewDiePie
Oh God, no.
to get
I would have
1 million
YouTube so
subs.
far on me. I would have to have 3 lawyers because I would have to do so much stuff. The first things first, and everybody knows this. Everybody knows this. I will have to get 2 laptops. I was even thinking about a 3rd laptop. The 3rd is just for gaming. The other 2 is just for live
And the
streaming.
reason for that is
One's for live streaming. The other one's for video games because I'm thinking about making a video game channel. You can ask Jake. Jake, you seen my room. You seen the madness.
Yes.
I have a freaking library of games that I can review and tour down. I can literally make a parody of video game reviews
James
and
Paxton.
break
They made
them
that
down.
3.
Yeah, he
What
can make
was
an
the
entire
most-
like review of it.
What was the most iconic shot in Bulls history? Either Paxton, Steve Kerr, or MJ? Well, it has to be
MJ.
Well, with Paxton's, he had his moment in the sun, which was great.
That's when the Bulls
second,
repeated.
Yep, that's when the Bulls three-peated. Second, Steve Kerr saved Michael in '96 with that shot. With the shot.
I'm pretty sure it was 97. Was it 97? Because
It was either 96 or 97. Because remember, Michael and Steve Kerr got into it.
I'm pretty sure it was 97.
Also, but the most iconic shots for the Bulls for any Bulls fans, it's 2 of them. The Bulls, the shot with the Cavaliers and the shot with the Jazz where he pushed off. And yes, Jazz fans, Bulls fans are admitting it now. He
It was
pushed off.
97 where Steve Kerr made that shot.
If Paxton misses, do the Suns outlast the Bulls?
No.
That's a good question. That's a good question. I don't think so because, Michael would have been more angrier and the whole team probably would have not slept. So, nah. So, no, I don't think Charles Barkley, no.
Jordan was laser focused on that championship.
He was for that third championship. And also, I'm going to say this, though. Everybody knows this. And like I said, when it comes to that, Jazz fans, if you're listening to this, if I have any in the chat, yes, Michael pushed off. It's the shot that Jazz fans still bitch and moan about, saying he pushed off.
Even if they did call that on Michael Jordan, they still would have gone to Game 7.
Right. Wait, that was Game 7, right?
No, that was Game
Jazz?
6.
It was it's Game 6. But Game 7 would have been in what? In Utah? No, Game 7 would have been in Chicago.
Exactly.
I mean,
So the
Suns
Bulls
were
would
the
have
team
still
that
won
year.
the championship that year.
They were the team that year, yes, Connor Burke, but they were led by Charles Barkley, yes, but Michael had way too much weapons to play with. Okay, I gotta see what's next week. Next week's episode. Next week on The Last Dance. Episode 7, Michael pushes his teammates harder for the 6th championship. So they're going to talk about the 6th title for the 7th. And they're also going to talk about...
I had to come to this live stream for this week because this episode of The Last Dance was to honor Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
Malc, one day you'll buy a share of Bulls. And by the way, fun fact, I own a share of the Packers. The Packer Renee. I can see that right now. I can see Mason owning half the Packers. And he would literally make me go to a Packers game. Front row. 2 reasons. It has to be on the Bears side of things, and I have to get VIP to talk to Chicago. I have to hype up my team. I know you guys are in Green Bay, and yes, it's in Green Bay.
The Bulls finished 97-98 with a 62-20 record, tying with the Jazz with the best record in the league.
The
They
New
begin the
Jersey
playoffs by
Jets.
the New Jersey Nets.
The Nets. Which is, what's so funny though about the Nets?
What's that?
Is that they haven't had their first pick in like 5 freaking years, and they're doing way better than the Knicks. How's that for Knicks tradition, y'all? You guys being second fiddle in your own city.
Look at this. The Nets, they were suffering a long time when they traded everything for Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce. They were suffering for a long time. And the Nets are still doing better than the Knicks.
The Bulls are worth $3.2 billion. Yeah, they are. Like, if Jerry Ransford was to sell the team, I don't know who would buy the Bulls. That's the question. Jerry Ransford, he's a decent owner, but unlike the McCaskey family, at least they're not keeping it all in the family.
Imagine Barack Obama owning the Bulls.
Oh my God, I would be freaking ecstatic. Oh my God, that'd be the only reason. I'd be like this. I have to get a job.
Would you like that though?
I would. Obama does have a mindset for basketball. Hell, he led a country.
Yeah.
For 8 years, even though that's the most insulted man and God knows what, but I don't want to talk about politics. So, LL Cool J, LOL. But seriously, that would happen. Every paycheck I'll save money and buy more shares for the Packers so I get some fair share. Appreciate that. Donald Trump owns the Knicks. No.
No.
Don't you start.
There's the book. There's the book.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Mason.
I didn't even say it's a good book because here's the thing. If I was a Knicks fan and Trump bought the Knicks, this would be me. If I'm a Knicks fan, I'll be like this. I would pack myself into this bag here and ship myself somewhere to the nearest hole. Prince Sean said, "I'm out." He died. He does basically own every sport, though. Ugh. I would be so upset if he owned the Bears. I would be like, well, this team is done. But with that being said, my God, boys, you guys enjoyed?
Absolutely. I had to come say what's up to you guys for this week.
I was kept, yep, because Kobe.
Yep.
All right, y'all, because it's about that time. It's about the time because I got to be going to work soon. So,
Oh yeah.
Here we go, guys.
The time has come for me to go. I've had so much fun entertaining y'all. Till the next time, or maybe the next show, I'll see you when I see you.
All right, y'all. With that being said, God bless you all. I'll see you guys soon.
Be safe
All right.
and have a great work week.
Peace, y'all.